From Pidmo, we head down the extremely desolate, remote and sheer Zanskar Gorge, with walls rising a few thousand feet out of the riverbed and rapid bashings getting more serious. The narrowing gorge throws up some classic rock formations such as Red Rock, a monumental site along the gorge section. We camp at Nerak in the middle of the gorge, where a rest day allows for some touching interactions with the simple and hospitable Zanskaris who are ecstatic to have some visitors. A village home which offered us teapots full of chang. Coupled with the magnificent scenery is the traditional culture of Zanskar, a fascinating example to the rest of the world of sustainable environment living. Ladakhi dress with the beautiful turquoise-studded pirak adorning the head here. From Nerak, it's a 35-kilometer run through the core of the Zanskar, a classic whitewater day with continuous Class 3 and Class 4 rapids, where the river squeezes between a gap of about 18 feet. This is a deep canyon with 2,000 feet high cliffs falling sheer into the raging river. Waterfall point along the river. We stopped here for lunch. It's an exciting day as one zooms out of the gorge to camp at the confluence of the Markha with the Zanskar River. There's no wood in Zanskar, so we actually burnt cartons and other rubbish that we had with us for this last campfire. The valley widens past the village of Chilling, and the Zanskar plunges out of the canyon to meet with the Indus at Nimu. And now back to Arunachal for a run on the Subansiri, one of my personal favorites. It doesn't come with any of those highest kind of tags, but it's a beautiful river. The river, known for its gold dust, dazzles a trailblazing path along the course of its journey. A major tributary of the Brahmaputra, it originates in Tibet before entering the eastern Himalayas into the rugged, isolated hinterland of Arunachal Pradesh, Upper Subansiri district. Flowing like liquid emerald through a scenic dense rainforest environment, the river begins to chart a different course hereon. Very difficult terrain with vertical rock faces, no road support for 150 kilometers of its run, and sparse habitation in its lower reaches has kept a major part of this river journey isolated and remote. The river itself is challenging and demanding, with good volume and flow to boot. The rapid bashings of its pristine white waters range from fairly technical in the upper sections to a textbook pretty scenario in its remote lower reaches. The interactions with the diverse, warm-hearted hill tribes further adds to an uncommon journey on Asia's last wilderness river. A rafting trip kicks off at Sonala and ends at Gerokamuk Dam, a descent of 164 kilometers in 8 days.